Okay, welcome to dividing decimals by decimals. Okay, now you need to be very familiar with long division. If you aren't, you need to go revise long division because I'm going to be doing long division here, assuming that you understand exactly how to do it. I haven't got time to explain it again. So let us begin. The rules with dividing a decimal by decimal is that the inside in the box is allowed to have a decimal. It can have a decimal point. The answer can have a decimal point. But the divisor, the one that stands outside, may not have a decimal point. So how do we fix this? We first go change it into a whole number. Let's go to the side here. And let's write 2.1. Now, for us to make 2.1 into 21, we need to move the decimal point one digit to the right. That will leave us now with 21. Because we did that to the divisor, we also have to do it to the dividend. So we're going to come and do 9.15, and we're going to move it 1. You moved it 1 here, you move it 1 here. So what you do to one, you do to the other. Okay? So 9.15 is now going to become 91.5. So our new numbers, the outside's going to be 21 and the inside's going to be 91.5. So let us go and erase the little decimal here. And now we have a whole number here, 21. Just to match that over there, which we did as our conversion. And now we're going to erase the decimal here, and we're going to put it back over there because of what we converted it to here. So now it's 91.5. And we might as well go put the point up in the answer directly above it so long. Now we're ready to go. Now we're going to do our long division. Let me just quickly clean up here a bit. Make some space to write. Okay, so as long as you understood that, we're going to do that in the next two as well. Okay, so let us start. We're going to say 21 into 91. 21 into 91 we can estimate 4 times. 4 times 1 is 4, and 4 times 2 is 8. Now we're going to minus. 1 can't minus 4. We're going to borrow here. That will become an 8. 11 minus 4 is going to be 7. Okay, and now our bring down step is to bring down this 5 here. Right, now 21 into 75, we can say 3 times. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6. The minus step, 5 minus 3 is 2, and 7 minus 6 is 1. Now we wanted to at least 3 decimal points behind decimal places behind the decimal point. So let us add a 0 in so we can continue with our division in order to get a couple more decimal places. And we're going to bring that 0 down. We learned this earlier on in the series on how to divide with decimals. We're allowed to add zeros over here in order to continue with our division so we have something to bring down. Now we're going to say 21 into 120. We're going to estimate 5 times. 5 times 1 is 5. And 5 times 2 is 10. Our minus step. This becomes a 1. That becomes a 10. 10 minus 5 is 5. 1 minus 0 is 1. Let's put another 0 in because we would like at least 3 decimal places. So we bring that 0 down. Now we're going to say 21 into 150, and let's try 7. 7 times 1 is 7, and 7 times 2 is 14. Now our minus, we're going to have to borrow here. 10 minus 7 is 3. We're going to stop it there, and we're going to write our answer down to 3 decimal places. Our answer is, copying it from there, 4.357. Okay, so what you learn from this screen is we may not have a decimal standing there. And when we change the decimal there, we change the number inside. we also move the decimal point the same distance. Let's look at the next one. Right, so we see here we have a decimal. We may not have it. We've got to change it. Let's go change it here. We'll rub it out afterwards. 3.2 has to become a whole number. So for us to change it, we have to move the decimal 1. That now becomes 32. Because we did it to this one, we have to do it to that one too. We can't only change one. So let us look at the inside one. That's going to become 105. That's what it originally was. Now we're moving the decimal point 1 as well. Now that's going to be 105.6.7. So let's go put that point in. We'll rub out this one here, and we'll put it over here. Then we're going to put it in the answer above. Done. And we've got to rub out this one here. This is now 32. And we're going to just rub out everything else down here to give us some space to work on. And as long as you now always go through those 2 steps when you see a decimal on the outside, you will be ready to continue with your long division as normal. Okay, so we're going to say 32 into 105, and that would probably go 3 times. 3 times 2 is 6, and 3 times 3 is 9. Okay, so 15 minus 6 is going to be 9, and 9 minus 9 is nothing. Now we're going to bring down the 6 over here. Okay, so we're going to say 32 would go into 96 also 3 times. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 3 is 9. That's going to leave us with a 0. We're going to bring down the 7 here. 32 into 7, 0 times. 0 times 32, 0. 7 minus 0 is 7. Let's put a 0 on yet. We can continue to 3 decimal places. 32 into 70, we can estimate 2 times. 2 times 2 is 4, and 2 times 3 is 6. 10 minus 4 is 6. Let's put another 0 on because we want 3 decimal places. 32 into 60 will only go once. 1 times 32 is 32. Okay, 10 minus 2 is 8, and 5 minus 3 is 2. We can stop it there. So our answer here is 33.021. We have our 3 decimal places. Remember, you're always going to change this into a whole number before you start, and then you're going to change the number inside the box by the same amount of decimal movements. Next one. This one is for you. You're going to do this one at home, and we're going to see how it goes. You're going to begin by changing that and adjusting this as well. That's your clue. Press pause, copy it down, come back and press play, and I'll see you just now. We'll look at the answers together. See you just now. Okay, so you're back. We're first changing this. 1.1. We're moving the decimal 1 spot, so it's going to become 11. Then we have to do the same to the inside one. It was like this, 3.35566. We're also going to move the decimal point 1 spot. So it's going to be 3.5566. Let's take our rubber and erase the decimal there. That becomes 11, just like it is there. Okay. And this one, we're going to take it away there, and we're going to put it over here, just like there, 33.556. Now we're going to take that decimal, we're going to put it in our answer. There we go. We are ready to roll. Let's just clean up a bit down here. Just bear with me while I make some space. Now we're going to look at your workings together as we work this out. 11 into 33. That's an easy one. You know your 11 times table. We'll say 3 times. 3 times 11 is 33. Okay, now our minus step. 33 minus 33 is 0. And then we're going to bring down a 5. 11 into 5. 0 times. 0 times 11 is 0. 5 minus 0 is 5. We're going to bring down another 5. 11 into 55 can go 5 times. 5 times 1 is 5, and 5 times 1 is 5. 55 minus 55 is 0. Let's bring down a 6. 11 into 6, 0 times. 0 times 11, 0. 6 minus 0 is 6. Let's bring down this last 6. 11 into 66, 6 times. 6 times 11, 66. And 66 minus 66 is 0. Do you see we didn't need to add any extra zeros in here? Because actually we've come to the end now. We've ended on a 0. There's no remainder. It went in perfectly. Let me just put back that other. Yeah, there we go. So there's no remainders, there's nothing. But we're going to have to round off our answer, and I'll teach you that in the next lecture. So if you got this as your answer, it's correct, but we want it to 3 decimal places. That one, and that one. So we're actually going to use this one to round that one up. And so I'll rewrite it for you at the bottom. 3.0506 to 3 decimal places is going to be 3.05. This 6 is bigger than 5, so it's going to make the 0 into a 1. So your new answer actually is that. But if I was your teacher, I would still mark that right, since you have not, technically in my lectures yet, you haven't looked at rounding decimals. That's in our next lecture. Okay, well done if you got that right. And if you battled with the long division, I would recommend you go and revise my long division lectures. And you need to become an expert at that. Okay, see you in the next lecture.